Pow! All right, we are back, man. And let's make sure you guys see our ugly mugs. Boom! There it
Damn,
is.
that's a little uh, close for me, man.
Up close and personal, all up in your faces, because the 2025-26 season is among us. Eric, we are here. The
Yes,
wait
sir.
is done. Let's get to it, man. Are you excited for this season?
Absolutely, absolutely. For the season as a whole, I'm pretty damn excited. All right, for Steeler football, I'm trying to amp myself up for it. But for the season, yes, I am.
I'm excited all the way around because I'm not really putting too much hope in the Steelers.
I'm
So,
not either.
so I'm just, you know what? I'm just excited just to see the pigskin thrown around, man, and to see the clashing and I want to hear a dark horse of yours when we're done with our picks here. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and let's get into it. Week numero uno. What do we got, Eric?
Well, we'll start off with tonight's game. We have the Dallas Cowboys going into Philadelphia to play the Eagles. Cowboys are going to enemy territory, their division rival, a team that won the Super Bowl last season. Man, you got Jalen Hurts, you got Dak Prescott. Um, I feel like the things have changed for this game. I feel like people were giving it maybe a closer shot for the Cowboys. Not so much now because of that Michael Parsons trade. How do you see this game, man? Because I don't think it's gonna be a very good game.
You know, man, that Eagles Super Bowl title, the championship, it didn't age well. I had a tough time remembering who won the Super Bowl. It didn't age well, man. I don't know why it didn't really stick with me. I didn't really hear too many people talk about, hey, the returning champions, which they're not returning champions, they're not defending any title. But yeah, it didn't age well. Look,
This guy's defending his title though.
we got the
I'm defending
champ.
my title.
The champ is here, as John Cena would say,
Huh?
but he will be passing that title over at the end of this season. Look, in my opinion, man, there is no way the Cowboys go into Philadelphia and win this game. Um, there is just no way, and the fact that all the stars, all the lights are there. It's Thursday night football, and it's not one of the Thursday nights that's in the middle of the season. No, it's a Thursday night that's kicking off the season.
Yeah.
I do not see the Cowboys gain a victory. I don't even really see them. I don't know. I guess I could say maybe the Eagles have this Super Bowl hangover, but I don't feel it with them. I don't, man. I think the Eagles win by a three possession game. Not to say that the Cowboys don't score, not to say that they don't score, but I don't see a really competitive game here.
Yeah, it's probably one of those games where maybe the Cowboys are able to keep it close, maybe up until halftime. But I think at some point the Eagles are just gonna run away with this game. Uh, I'd say 2 touchdowns at the least here. I don't like what I see from the Cowboys. Offensively, they could be good this season. They did get George Pickens. I feel like people forgot about that. They did get George Pickens. You have him and CeeDee Lamb as your two wide receivers. I don't know how good this defense is going to be without Michael Parsons, man. So I got Eagles all the way, and I was favoring Philly even before that trade. I favor them even more now.
And I just want to throw. I've been telling this to Cowboy fans because they asked me about George Pickens, and I say this. I said, look, he is he is a game changer. Definitely, he is all that and a bag of chips. But make sure you treat him right. Make sure you treat him like a superstar because as soon as he feels that you're not making him the star of the show, he's going to start acting up. So, unless you're willing to give him all the spotlight and hey, it's all about him and man, you're our hero, man, and throw the ball to him all the time, he's going to start acting up. So, you got to remind him that he's the superstar, he's the star of the show and you gotta keep him happy that way. You gotta feed his ego. But
Yeah, he's
this game ain't gonna happen. Philadelphia's gonna take it.
he's definitely a very talented receiver, man. Hopefully, he gets a shine over there in Arlington, man.
Yeah.
Next, we have the Las Vegas Raiders walking in to Foxborough to play the Patriots. Geno Smith, his first game as a Las Vegas Raider, going up against.
Mm. Um, Bill Belichick with North Carolina, man. I've been
Oh,
seeing, yeah, I've been seeing him and his girlfriend doing, like, I don't know, they go to the beach and do some weird things, man. But um, did there's a little bit of a rough one. I didn't really keep up with the Patriots too much. Um, they have just fallen off the deep end ever since Tom Brady left. You know, Bill Belichick
yeah.
still stuck around for a few seasons. He was still there for a while. It's not like he was just there for one season. He was there for a while, and they just completely, got dismantled by every team, man. I look, I got to go with the Raiders on this. And what's funny about it is that you got Tom Brady in the corner of the Raiders. Tom Brady is all over the Raiders organization. I keep seeing him all over training camp with the Raiders. He's making his mark. He's making his presence felt for them to open up the season against the Patriots, which was his, former team. I think that's what everybody remembers him as. I don't think anybody really remembers him too much as a Buccaneer, but
Ah,
it,
come on.
he won the like
Tampa Bay.
he did win a title there. He did win. So I mean, but I think it's the Patriots were hearing his bread and butter. But nonetheless, man, I think the Raiders go in there and handle them. I think the Raiders. This is a good way for the Raiders to start the season, right? The Raiders seem to always disappoint, but this for the Raiders, this is not an easy one, but it's as much as a layup as you're gonna get, man. Start the season right. Come out with the win, get yourself some momentum to start the season, and see if you guys could build on that. But I got Raiders on this one.
This one's a tough one, man. I think both teams do have some sort of promise here. Just in some tough situations, man, especially the Raiders. You're in that AFC West. You have those
Mm.
three really good teams in your division. Patriots, on the other hand, we're still trying to see if Drake May's the guy. They were able to get Stephon Diggs, which is a really good wide receiver. Oh man, this is tough, man. I think they're on the same level. I really do. And I'd make an argument that both these teams probably need to win this game with how tough their divisions are, as a sense of, you know, you have the Josh Allens in your division and you have the Patrick Mahomes in your division. I'll go Patriots. I think
Mm.
it's going to be a very close game, though.
Yeah, I think they meet each other at a certain level. You don't need, I've said this before, you don't need two great teams to see a good football game. You just need two teams that meet each other at their level. Even if they're both terrible teams, that you could get a good football game on that one. So yeah, I see a little bit of a challenging game, but I mean, you got Tom Brady with the Raiders, man. I mean, good old Tommy over there. I think he's really gonna want to get this victory.
And both teams have new head coaches. The Patriots with Vrabel and the Raiders with Pete Carroll. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one. I really do think it's gonna be a really good game.
Pete Carroll brings that energy. Man, that guy brings that energy, man.
Let's see if he
So
still got it.
let's see if he still got it. Yeah.
It's been some time. All right, next we have. I think this is a really good matchup between the Houston Texans walking into SoFi to play the Rams. The Texans, they finished around the same as they did 2 seasons ago, losing to the Chiefs in the divisional round, and also the Rams lost in the divisional round as well against the Eagles. Actually, gave the Eagles their toughest matchup in the playoffs during that Super Bowl run. I think that's a really good one, man.
At some point, and I'm not saying it's this season, although it can be, but at some point, the Texans are gonna make a pretty damn good run, possibly win it all. I'm not saying this season, but I'm not excluding this season though. Um, they're a young team. They get better and it's just the AFC is pretty tough, man. But them going into SoFi, home team, um, yeah, man. You know what? I like the Rams. I like what they do. No, man. I gotta go with Houston on this one. I
Mm.
gotta go with Houston on this one. They keep learning. They keep getting better. The only reason why they can't get over that hump is because on who's in the AFC. It's because of Kansas City. It's because of the Buffalo Bills. It's because you got two elite teams over there, man. But I mean, the Texans are somewhere around there.
I just realized, man, are we doing the Rams or the Chargers this year?
Whichever way you want to go, man.
Damn it, I forgot.
You're the champ.
All right, well,
We
we'll
we we,
cover the
we go
Chargers.
Rams.
We'll cover the Chargers, but I want to do a quick one with this one. I'll go Texans for that one. I don't know if you want
Okay.
to count it as far as the records, but I'll go Texans on that one.
All right. All right.
Uh, Damn it.
Okay. Okay. Why would you go Texans? Why not the Rams?
I just feel like they're the more balanced team. I think it's very close, but I do like the Texans slightly more, just a little bit. I can't really explain why. Matt Stafford actually has been facing injuries throughout this offseason and through training camp, so that could affect the Rams as well. So
Okay.
that's why I'll go the Texans in that one.
Okay. And by the way, the Rams are not a bad team. They're not a bad team. It's just Houston. They keep it quiet. They keep it close to the vest. Nobody mentions them. But I'm telling you, man, that team is getting better and better, and they're young, they're hungry, and they're gonna get up there some point, man.
All right. This is the game that I was supposed to bring up. We have the Chiefs going to Brazil actually to play the Chargers. This is a Friday night game. This is the second time that they're doing this in week one, a Friday night game. So
Mm.
I think this is a really good matchup. Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, the Chargers trying to finally, make themselves legit. And the Chiefs obviously trying to come back, bounce back after that Super Bowl loss, a bad Super Bowl loss.
Um, the Chargers, would you say they're trying to make themselves legit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen in this game. Not
Mm.
in this one. Maybe in other games, later on this season, but not in this one. By the way, where can you watch this game?
It's gonna be on YouTube. Not on YouTube TV, on YouTube.
Right on YouTube in Brazil, man. Okay. Yeah, I look, I like the Chargers. I think the Chargers are a pretty good team. It's just not gonna happen, man. After what happened to the Chiefs last season, they're just it's not gonna happen, man. I like the Chargers. I do. And I if there is a home team that I would not to say root for, but I would want them to do a little bit better. It is the Chargers. But nah, not on this one, man. KC's gonna take them pretty
I really do
easily,
want
by
to
the
pick the
way.
Chargers.
Pretty easily, by the way. Pretty easily. I want to say that pretty easily.
Damn. I really do want to pick the Chargers. I just can't, man. I don't think that loss in the Super Bowl for the Chiefs is gonna sit well for them.
Mhm.
Um, you know, Travis Kelsey's probably on his high horse right now. He probably wants to have a big game for this week one matchup. It's hard to root against the Chiefs, man. It really is. It's like what Tom Brady and the Patriots were. That's how good the Chiefs are. So I have to go Chiefs here.
Yeah, man. And by the way, this whole wedding thing, you guys are planning a wedding and all that. Like, you should have waited after the season. Like, I that's why they registered at Target. I bought them an air fryer, but I'm not gonna send it to them till after the season's over. I don't want
Air
to get
fryer, huh?
blamed. So
All right, next we have another divisional matchup between the San Francisco 49ers walking in to Seattle to play the Seahawks, man. Sammy D making his debut as a Seattle Seahawk.
um, See, I don't know where the Seahawks are at, man. This is gonna be like, uh, th- this is like, there's gonna be their guinea pig right here to see what they can do. I really don't know what to expect from the Seahawks. It's almost like watching a whole new team kind of blindly. Um, so just for that reason, I'm going to go with the 49ers. Simply
Mm,
just because I got no idea what the Seahawks are really going to bring to the table. Uh, Sammy D, technically he's no stranger to the West Coast, but
no.
I mean but it's been a long time. So I got no idea what to expect with the Seahawks. I look, they could turn out to be great. I'm just saying, I'm just telling everybody I'm completely blind when it comes to the Seahawks. So for that reason, I gotta go 49ers.
Okay, so Sam Darnold had a really good season last year. Uh, the Vikings just have a really good system, man. They really do. I I'm not sure what to expect from him in Seattle. Okay, it's a big question mark. He's had an up and down career in the NFL, and then last season that they did not do very well towards the end of the season. Especially that playoff game. Ah, man, I think I have to go with Niners too, just because I feel like I know what they bring. You know, I know it's kind of piggybacking off of what you said, but that's really where we're at with Seattle right now. I don't know.
This is a division rival game here, and it does have the 12th man involved. Does that sway you one way or the other?
All right, I don't want to offend people here. I don't think the 12th man is what it used to be.
Oh, wow. Shots fired up
I don't think it's what it
north,
used to be.
man.
When you had the Legion of Boom, when you had
Boom.
Marshawn Lynch, when you had Russell Wilson in his prime, that's when the 12th man was in its prime. I don't think it's been the same because we have seen teams come at least close to taking over that stadium. I'm not going to say that they took over the stadium completely, but we have seen some teams have a good showing over there in Seattle the past few years.
Wow. Well, there you guys have it. The champ said it himself that the 12th man died with LOB, Legion of Boom.
Ah,
Cow. Gone. Wow. Okay. Well, we shall see. Hey, by the way, they can come back. The 12th man can come back this
oh, yeah.
season. We'll see.
I think it's if they start performing like to the level that they were in the 2010s, I think it will. But they have to perform, because there was a few years where they weren't performing at all. So I do expect it
They,
to come back at some point, but
they
it
got to
relies
have
on the
some
on the Seahawks.
Yeah, yeah, they got to have some excitement on the field. They got to have some sort of excitement on the field. When Marshall Lynch was doing his thing, Russell Wilson was doing his thing. The defense, the secondary, LOB, Legion of Boom. Yeah, man, and Pete Carroll going crazy on the sideline. It was an exciting time, man. It was an exciting time, and yeah, you're right, man. It just kind of like faded off.
Yeah. All right. This is probably one of the better matchups in week 1. It's a 125 game. We have the Detroit Lions going into Lambeau to play the Packers. This
What?
matchup says it for itself, man. I don't know. I said that these are probably the two best teams in the NFC. Part of me doesn't like that it's a week 1 matchup. I don't know.
Well, they have to play each other twice.
Yeah.
So, okay, 125 start time on the West Coast.
Yeah. I
Let's
forgot to
yeah,
say Pacific Standard Time.
Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, we're over here in California throwing up the W. Um, this is a good matchup. I've been high on the Lions here. Um, I think every team, with the exception of the Bears, is good in that division. So it's gonna be fun watching that NFC North. The fact that it's in Lambeau, uh,
It's not Lambeau in November or
it, ex,
December
ex,
or in January.
that's exactly what I'm thinking about. It's Lambeau in September. If it was Lambeau in November, December, then I'd be like, ooh, you know what? They might got something there, but it's not. Um, uh, Coach Campbell gamble. How much is he really going to be gambling on the first game? Seems like he lives and dies with that, man. I'm gonna go Detroit, even though I think Green Bay stands a really good chance on this one. It's the first game. They can catch them cold if I use a boxing reference there. Um, but I gotta go Detroit, man. I gotta go Detroit. It's in my opinion, Detroit is probably the best team in the NFC, arguably. But I would pick them. But like I said, it's the first game of the season, so like using a boxing reference, they can catch them cold and get knocked out in the first round.
Yeah, we do see some weird stuff happen in week one. Some weird upsets and things of that nature. Um, I was on the fence for this one, but since you picked Detroit, I'll just go Green Bay. Specifically
Okay.
because you picked Detroit. I do think both these teams have a legit shot at going to the Super Bowl this season. I really do. Uh, yeah, I think they meet right there as well. There's a lot of games I've said that to as well, but I'll just go to Green Bay.
Do you have Minnesota on the same level as them too?
See, that's tough, man, because we don't know how good McCarthy is, the second-year
Mm,
quarterback out of Michigan. Uh, yeah, it just depends on his play style, man. Because, like I said before, Minnesota does have a good team around them, a good system around them. It just kind of depends on whether or not McCarthy's the guy. So if he is, they'll probably be around where they were last season, maybe even better. But if he's not, then it's going to be a struggle for Minnesota this year.
yeah, in my opinion,
Chicago,
is
I don't
one.
know.
Yeah, in my opinion, yeah, Chicago. I don't know. By the way, former quarterback for Chicago, Jay Cutler, just got arrested, man. But
Did he?
yeah, for something is for something last year. But anyway, yeah, in my opinion, it's either Packers or Detroit that takes this division. So should be a good matchup. I don't know when they meet again. When they do, we'll definitely talk about it. But hopefully it's later on in the season, man, because I'd like to see these two guys go at it later on in the season. Hopefully they don't play each other like in week 4 or something. I like it to be December football, but
Yeah.
that game would still be in Detroit. They have a dome, so but nonetheless, that's when I want to see the rematch.
Yeah, they had some pretty good games last season. All right. Last but not least, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers walking into New Jersey to play the
Mm,
New Jersey Jets. Storylines. All right. Aaron Rodgers, Justin Fields, two new teams, swapped positions. Aaron Rodgers was starting quarterback for the Jets in week one last season. Justin Fields, starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, week one last season. The NFL knew what they were doing with this
mm.
matchup, I think. What do you have here, man? I don't know. I want to hear what you have to say.
Well, I can only hope that Mark Sanchez is calling the game. I can only hope that the Sanchinator
Mark
will be
Sanchez.
calling this game, man. Yeah. So these swamp. Although the bigger story is definitely Rogers. Fields. I mean, I don't know how much of a Steeler he really was, but definitely Rogers is the story here. And this is gonna be in New Jersey. Um, I gosh, man, it's so difficult. Look, obviously, I'm gonna pick my Steelers. I'm gonna be rooting, jumping up and down for my Steelers, man. Come game time, it's just they are just such. I don't know what to expect from the Steelers, man. I don't.
Yeah.
And whenever I don't know what to expect from them, I don't want to get my hopes up. You know what's crazy is that last season we didn't put a lot of stock into the Steelers, and when we weren't putting stock in them, they kept winning and
Mhm.
winning and winning. it was cool. They made me believe, you know. Yeah, I think they stand a chance against. I think they stand a chance here. I think they stand a chance. Gosh, I don't know, man. What do you get? What do you get? My mind's spinning.
There's another storyline that's kind of under the radar. Cam Hayward might not even play. He's holding
Hmm.
out for contract negotiations or what have you. He wants to get paid more. He feels like after last season, after his performance last season, he should be getting paid more. So he's been holding out. Um, Not too many people have been talking about that. Uh, what do you think on that? First off,
I like Cam Hayward. He is, in my opinion, still the leader in the on the defense. I don't know how old he is, but he's up there in age. Um, I don't know if the negotiations is about the money or the length of the contract, or maybe both, right? Maybe they both mesh together.
I'm sure it's about the actual money.
Okay. If it's not about the length of the contract, I would say pay him. You still you. There's too many changes, and you're still trying to get the boys to gel together. All these changes coming from left field, right field, up, down. You're gonna want to keep some of the OGs on there to teach them Steeler football and the Steeler way. Cam Hayward's one of those guys. Like I said, I don't know how old he is, but he's not a young man. You're gonna need that leadership if you're gonna try to get these guys together on the same page.
Okay, one thing I don't like about this situation is that this hasn't been going on the entire offseason. This just started about a month ago. So that kind of makes things a little bit difficult for both sides, because if this happened at the night that they got eliminated from the playoffs, that's different. They would have had more time to figure it out, things of that nature. This just happened like about a month ago. So that's kind of where I raise eyebrows to it. He's looked at as one of the leaders on the team. Um, I don't know, man. I don't really know how to feel about it, but hey, man, he feels like he deserves more. So I don't necessarily blame him.
I think maybe that's a little bit of a strategic move, to because to do it this late is kind of showing a little bit of a flex. Like, okay, what are you guys gonna do? Are you really not gonna re-sign me? I mean, the season is here. You're gonna really go find another replacement, right? And throw another wild card in my position. I think that's a little bit of a strategic move on his part. Also, what was going on with T.J. Watt during the offseason as well. I'd say, look, Steelers just pay him. Yeah, we're too close to the season. I mean, the season's here, so we're too close to it. As long as the negotiations is about money and not long-term contract, because again, like I said, he's not a young man. He's not a young man. So if he's looking for more years, an extended contract, then I can understand the Steelers wanting to reconsider or consider everything. But if it's just more money, just throw it at him.
I think that's what they're gonna do. I'm not sure why it's taking this long. I mean, I don't even know if he's gonna be ready for week one by this time because we're a few days away from that. As far as the game though, um, I don't trust either offense at all. Okay. Last season, the Jets offense was struggling for the most part. Same thing for the Steelers offense. They did have a few good weeks in there. Okay. They had a few games against Cincinnati uh, where they were looking pretty damn good. There's also new faces for both sides. I trust both defenses more than I trust both offenses. I think we're going to have a really low scoring game. I think Chris Boswell is going to need to be on his A game like he was last season in week one. Uh, I'd say this game's like 16-10. I don't think it's a very high scoring game. I think the over unders 38.5. I think it's under.
Look, I would say this: if you're not a Steeler fan or a Jets fan, I don't know why you'd be watching this game. I'm with you, man. I don't think it's a high scoring game at all. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we see some explosive, exciting stuff on that field, man. But out in New Jersey, but I just nah, man. I think there's gonna be some terrible football. I'm preparing myself for that. Preparing for the worst, hoping for the best. Definitely, I'm gonna pick my Steelers on this one, but it's tough. It's tough. You don't know really what to expect. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll definitely see, man. I mean, are you expecting anything from the Jets on this one?
I shoot. Both teams are kind of just in that situation, man. Just a huge question mark. I would like to think Justin Fields could do something over there in Jersey.
Mm,
Uh the thing about the Steelers, right? We don't know how good the offensive line is. Could they protect Aaron Rodgers? He's not that mobile anymore. He still has the arm. Okay. That he still has. He could still throw that Hail Mary from the 50-yard line. But he doesn't have that mobility. He's not that quick anymore. Can the Steelers' offensive line protect him? That's going to be a huge thing, man. Throughout the whole
You
season, not just this game, throughout the whole season.
you remember what happened to Aaron Rodgers the first snap as a Jersey Jet? He got injured. So gosh, man. All right. Well, the season's here. Nonetheless, I'm excited. I'm excited. Life is better when there's football around. So I'm definitely excited for it. Um, if you weren't a Steeler fan, who would you pick?
I'd go Pittsburgh. I go
Okay,
Pittsburgh. I'd still say 16-10 or something like that. I don't think either team hits the 20s.
I'm
That's
with
just the
you on
kind of
that
game
one.
I'm
Yeah,
expecting.
yeah, I'm with you on that one, man. And that has to do with decent defense, but more horrible offense, in my opinion, man. But all
Yeah.
right. Well, there you guys have it. This was pick six, actually pick seven on this one, where we covered the Raiders, Cowboys, Niners, Packers, Chargers, and our beloved Steelers. And we even sprinkled in the Rams on this one,
Yeah, it was
man.
a week one special. Not it wasn't my fault that I completely forgot the teams that we covered. It was a week one special. All right. Uh, we'll be live for the Steelers and Jets. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go live for tonight's game. I am feeling a little out of it. I don't know if you guys can tell by my voice, but if I'm feeling better by the nighttime, I'll do that game as well.
All right. And we'll probably be dropping some more stuff during out the week, man. I am excited. Football is back, baby. Pick six is back all the way to the Super Bowl. Where's the Super Bowl this year?
Santa Clara.
Wow. We will be there because we're going to get our invitation this time. Pick six, man. Catch you guys on the next one.